Have you ever wondered how someone carves a groove into a solid piece of steel? I don't mean cutting it clean in two. I mean shaping it with fire and electricity. Well, today we're going to get the official answer. We're diving deep into a single, super authoritative source, the British standard for welding terms, to really understand a process called gouging. So let's just start with that big question right there. How in the world do you carve a groove into solid steel? You don't want to slice it, you want to carefully and meticulously shape it. And this right here is exactly where the technique of gouging comes into play. Okay, so to really get a grip on what gouging is, we've got to zoom out a little bit first. It's actually part of a much larger family of techniques, a whole world known as thermal cutting. And yeah, just like the name suggests, this is all about using some serious heat to shape and cut materials. And check this out. This is basically a map, and it comes straight from the British standard itself. This lays out the entire family tree of thermal cutting. You can see all the main branches, right? Oxygen cutting, arc cutting, even laser cutting. It just shows you that these aren't a bunch of random techniques. They're all related. And gouging, well, it's a very specialized member of this family. So let's get the official by-the-book definition down. According to the standard, term 700017 to be exact, thermal cutting is the parting or shaping of materials by the application of heat. Now, the most important words in that whole sentence are parting or shaping. That little distinction, it is absolutely key to everything we're about to talk about. All right, so now that we've got that foundation, we can finally zero in on our main topic today. What exactly is thermal gouging? And this brings us right back to that problem we started with. See, most cutting methods, they're designed for one thing, to separate material. You know, to cut a piece into two. But what if that's not what you want to do? What if you just need to remove a little bit of material right from the surface? And here it is, the official answer. Gouging is, simply, the forming of a groove by means of thermal cutting. It's that specific. Its purpose isn't separation at all. It's about creation. Creating a precise groove, maybe to prepare a joint for a perfect weld or to remove a bad one. So now we know what it is, but how do you actually do it? Well, the standard breaks thermal gouging down into two main methods, and it really all comes down to where you're getting your heat from. On one side, you've got flame gouging. This method uses a really precisely controlled flame, a lot like a cutting torch, to melt the metal. And on the other side, you've got arc gouging, which uses the insane heat that comes from an electric arc. So you see, two totally different heat sources, but they're both aimed at the exact same result, a clean, controlled, perfectly shaped groove. Now, of course, having the right process is really only half the battle, right? You also need the right tool for the job. And trust me, this isn't something you can just do with any old piece of equipment you have lying around. And the standard gives us another specific term for this, the gouging blowpipe. It's defined as a cutting blowpipe with a nozzle specifically designed for gouging. So it really all comes down to that nozzle. It has to be specially engineered to control the heat and then blast away the molten metal to form that groove, instead of just slicing straight through the piece. You know, this really gets to the very heart of what gouging is. It's not about brute force. It's about directing energy with an incredible amount of focus. You aren't just unleashing this wild blast of heat. No, you're wielding that energy more like a sculptor's chisel, carefully carving away exactly what you want to remove and leaving everything else completely untouched. So, as we start to wrap this up, let's bring it all back home to that one core concept, the thing that really separates gouging from all of its cousins in the thermal cutting family. Look, if you take just one thing away from this explainer, let it be this. While most thermal cutting is all about separation, gouging is all about controlled removal. It is a shaping process, not a parting one. It's about finesse, not just pure force. And that really just leaves us with a final thought to chew on. We've established that these processes generate enough raw heat to slice clean through thick steel. So just imagine the precision, the control, the sheer skill it must take for an operator to use that same incredible power to just delicately remove a fraction of an inch from the surface. That, right there, is the art of gouging. Thanks for joining us for this one.